3, 2, 1. You can point. You can say go.
3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone. We just finished our first day of private lessons, and I knew I missed teaching. I just didn't know how much. So it was a lot of fun working with everybody today. It gave me some ideas on things that we have to work on, and this is something that we talk about all the time in class. So I just want to remind you of it because I haven't gotten to see everybody in class. The concept of focus, when you're supposed to be looking at something and what it is you're supposed to be looking at. When you have a target, it's very easy. Just aim at the target, and if you hit it, you know you did good. If you didn't hit it, you know you did badly. If you're trying to break a board, if it doesn't break, you know you did it poorly. Practicing without a target, without a board, is much more difficult. Therefore, it's more difficult, it's actually better for you. A fun way to practice it at home is like this. If you're standing in your room, picture something to aim for. So you can look at the wall and choose to aim for a picture on the wall. And if you're going to do a basic hand technique, jab right towards the picture and bring it back. Of course, if you jab to that target, you have to cross to the target. Okay, you put it together, you jab, cross, hit that target. So you'll know whether you're hitting it or not. And if you miss it, you'll know whether you missed it or not. Now, I'm not missing by much, but I know that I missed. So you have to readjust. So you're going to make sure your basic technique. Now, that's with the jab cross. Obviously, you can see the application of it. But it could be a basic technique as well. Knife hand strike. Did I hit my target or not? No. Okay, I have to be on target. So I have to prepare and do my knife hand strike. I have to make sure I make contact. If I do a ridge hand strike, same idea. Okay, make sure that you make contact to what you're aiming for. And if you miss, you'll know you missed. Now, you might be the only one that knows. That's where Taekwondo training is most important. It's you against you. So this might look good to everybody else, but you know you missed it by 2 feet. Okay, you might think, everybody might see that and think that's a good technique, but you know you missed it by 8 inches. So it's really up to you to concentrate on picking a point and making sure you hit the point. And if you're going to do something, do it 10 times and then rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. Did you hit it perfectly every time? Great. If you did, move on. Go to another target. Okay, so your room is filled with them. That's a great way to practice any of your basic skills. Once you understand that you should be aiming at specific targets, that's like choosing somebody that's a different height. So I'm aiming at this person, I'm aiming at this person. Well, that's me putting my knife hand strike and hitting a certain point on their body, but I have to know what part of the body I'm aiming for. Am I aiming for their head? Or in this case, a very specific spot of the head. Am I aiming for the last rib? You have to know what your target areas are. Generally, the target areas for punches will be the nose or the solar plexus. The target areas for knife hand strike and back fist will be the temple and the ridge hand. There are other targets that we have available to us, not just the solar plexus, but the sides of the body. It's not the side of the body, it's the last rib, more often than not. A spear hand, for instance, is the solar plexus. A back fist could be the temple, or a back fist can also be to the ribs. So you have to understand what the target area is. I think at the red belt level is the first time that we go to the throat as a target. Okay, the spear hand isn't to the nose or the solar plexus. This spear hand is right to the throat. So you have to be able to identify the technique you're using. You have to know where the technique is striking, and you have to be accurate. Now, if you're using your rim targets, well, you could just think of that as being somebody that's taller or somebody that's shorter. But that will teach your focus, and then when you understand that focus, then you put that focus into application against your imaginary opponent while doing your form. You're visualizing the temple or the solar plexus or the nose or the throat. Of any basic technique other than the end result is the starting point. The starting point for, just as an example, a low block isn't here. Okay, the starting point is up here. Okay, now if you know how to do a good low block, I'm not in a stance right now, but if you know how to do a good low block and the end result is good, well, how did it get there? Was the starting point correct? Okay, every technique has a starting point. This is the preparation for your low block. Okay, palm in towards your ear, palm down. Okay, side view. Palm in towards your ear, palm down. Okay, the end result, of course, is your low block. Okay, the double knife hand block, as an example, it's similar, it's the same rather, as a double fist block. Okay, the hand starts palm down and palm in. This hand is kind of lined up to the solar plexus. This hand comes to its resting motion, a resting point, and this hand comes to protect the solar plexus. Both hands start here and end here. It should be the same every single time you do it. Whether it's a double knife hand block or a double fist block. Reaching from behind you, blocking across. Reaching from behind you, blocking across. Other basic skills, your inner forearm block. The correct positioning for that hand is palm down and palm out. This hand will turn to palm in, and this hand will turn to palm up. Preparation, starting point, inner forearm block. Prepare, inner forearm block. Very similar for the outer forearm block, palm out. Instead of palm down, it's palm up rather, and the hand will turn out for the outer forearm block. Outer forearm block. Preparation, palm up, ends to palm out. Now, once you understand the angle of the hand for the outer forearm block or the inner forearm block, okay, you should understand that this is the same angle for just about every technique you do that is similar. There's your inner forearm block. There's your double inner forearm block. There's your single knife hand block. There's your double knife hand block. The ridge hand block. Okay, all the techniques are the same. So if you can master the correct angle, then you just have to worry about the preparation for the individual technique. And now, something inspirational. Hopefully you guys got something out of what I just talked to you about. We can use this time wisely, and we need to. We have to remember why it is we all train. This isn't just an after-school activity or something to do on a Wednesday night. Everything that we're teaching at our schools is ultimately about defending you physically, defending somebody else, and it could save your life. So those little things that we talk about are actually very meaningful. Know where it is you punch, know where it is you strike. All the strong punchers in the world won't do a thing if they miss their targets. So let's work on our target area, let's work on the preparation so our techniques are strong and we get them to the right spot. Check in with us again on Instagram or on our Facebook page. And if you haven't booked a private lesson, please, if you're up for it, go for it. Love to work out with you. Talk to you soon. Bye.